Are you sure, Jouer? Like, do you want to go back to the drawing board and reassess your definition of deep to dark? Because this is not it, honey. Like, hello my doves, welcome back to Afrodite by Olympia. Today's video is going to be a bronzer review for deep skin. We are looking at the Jouer Deep to Dark Bronzer Duo. This is their Sunswept Bronzer series. They recently extended their line to include deeper shades. Oh, down she goes. So we've got Sungaze and Sunglow. Sunglow. We're going to check both of these out on my complexion. So if you're interested to find out how this bronzer works on my deeper skin, I suggest you keep watching.
From the top, drop that, yeah, feel the funk, y'all, yeah, and lay back in the cut. What's up,
Hello my doves, what's up, welcome back. But if you're new here, my name's Olympia and I do videos here on YouTube about beauty and makeup available in Australia for deeper skin tones. I love bronzer. Bronzer is life. Okay. My channel is a bronzer review channel amongst other things. And I have a whole bronzer review series. I will put the playlist here for you guys so you can check it out, because I go through a whole heap of bronzers on this channel. But the newest one, Doggy was barking quite a bit. So this is the Jouer. This is the Bronze Duo. This is the deep to dark one. So they're the two shades there. This is part of their Sunswept Bronzer series. So this bronzer, let's swatch her. Yes. So this is the shade Sunglow. A little bit of warmth in there. And then the second one in this duo is called Sungaze. It's a bit more promising. Now, before we get into the actual demo portion of this video, I would just quickly like to say, normally I go through some bronzer brushes that I like to use. However, I recently did purchase some Sonia G and some Chikohodo Japanese brushes, like face brushes. So I'm waiting to see what they're like before I continue to recommend brushes to you guys. And I know they're on the expensive side, so realistically, am I going to recommend them? But at the same time, I feel like everybody who watches me has different levels of how much they want to spend, and I feel like I should give out all the information. However, I will touch base real quick on a couple of brushes that I have been using and love to use. But at the same time, I'm not going to go as in-depth as I normally do, if that makes sense. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Marc Jacobs Beauty, the bronze brush. Love this for bronzer. I can get both a sculpted bronze and a diffused bronze with this bronzer brush. It's currently dirty at the moment, but I'm going to clean this off so I can use it today. There's that. And then the other brush that I've been using for bronzer lately has actually been the Morphe E58. It's got that angle that helps you kind of just really hug the cheek, deposit product, and diffuse at the same time. So this one's a little bit more for targeted bronzing, but still also quite good for like a diffuse bronze as well. You can get both. And then the third one I'm going to talk about, which is kind of in between those two in terms of price, is the It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Airbrush Bronzer Brush. And this one will only give you pretty much a diffuse bronze. You won't be able to do any targeted bronzing with this one whatsoever. It's got quite a large surface area, but it's super soft if you've got sensitive skin, and it is synthetic, so it's, you know, if you're cruelty free. And you just, you know, apply the bronzer and then buff, and you get like a really beautiful diffused bronzer look. So they're the three brushes that I actually have been using of late. The other brushes that I've mentioned in other videos, I do use them on occasion, but these three are the ones that I've been using more than anything. And then with these new brushes coming through from Beautylish, I will be doing a brush declutter. I'm gonna have to go through my whole collection and just work out what I actually use, because since I started using Sonia G brushes and noticing the massive difference in terms of blendability and just like the overall polishedness of my eye looks, I have to say that the brushes have made a massive difference. I don't want to just use those brushes though, but I'll get into those detail in that video, because you know, when we're here for the bronzer. So let's do that. Alright, so let's demo this bronzer for you guys. I will quickly compare this though to my Fenty, because it reminds me of the Fenty, like just how red it is. So here's the Fenty Beauty. This is in the shade Mocha Mummy and looks something like that. Okay, so instantly you can see that Fenty's a lot deeper. That's Fenty there. That's the deeper shade, the Sungaze. Yeah, Sungaze, Sunglow. You can barely see. It looks a little bit grey there actually. But yeah, you can see they both have red undertones, and Fenty's is just a bit darker. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes on my complexion. Alright. So I teased brush switcher outer. I'm just going to clean off, just like a microfiber cloth really. I'm just going to clean off the old product on here. There you go. It's a lot cleaner than what it was before. Yeah, so I got this bronzer for 32 Australian dollars off of Beauty Bay, but that was because it was on special. Normal price is 54 Australian dollars. So I did get it at a discount when they were promoting it, so that was lucky. But yeah, there's that. Alright, we're actually going to go into the lighter one first, because I want to see how that one goes. This is Sunglow. I'm hoping I can get a bronzer duo that I can potentially use both shades from. So going into the first one, this one is Sunglow, and we're going to there's a little bit, but not really. It hasn't quite become grey, maybe a tad, but it's not really showing up. It's not showing up, so I'm going to try it on my nose using like a detailed brush. This is the Morphe E62, and I'm going to try contouring my nose with this instead. Okay, so it definitely does bronze the nose area. It's like if I had bronzed or contoured my nose, but skipped the whole step and went straight to blending it out. That's how kind of light and subtle it is, and I actually kind of really like that. I like that. I like it for this step. I do have to load the brush a fair bit to get some kind of color payoff, but I'm not gonna lie, that's actually really working quite nicely. So yes, it's enough to, honestly, that's the most in terms of when I like bronze or contour my nose. That's the most that I ever really do, and I like that I can't run the risk of over applying, because it doesn't matter how much I pack on, it doesn't get any darker than this. So I actually really like that. Like, I like the idea of that. If I could find a contour palette that had like two similar shades, like I could contour my nose with just a little bit lighter, and then like a darker one that I can contour with, I would love that, because sometimes I find like I just overdo it on my nose. So this is actually really, really cool. Oh, okay, Jouer, girl. Yes, I love that. Are we living? We're totally living. I'm living. Okay. I know you guys have all been waiting for this one. So let's go into Sungaze. That's the second shade. I'm actually going to go on this side where there's no product down first. And apply. Guys, that's actually really pretty. There's not much kick up on the actual pan. Like there's nothing, like it's coming off on the brush, but it's not kicking up at all on the pan. You guys, I really like that. I really like that. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I am living. I'm living for this. I'll move over, Morphe. Glamour Bronze, I think your days are numbered. It definitely gives me a sun-kissed glow in that it doesn't look like there's any shimmer in it, but it does have a little bit like more of like a satin sheen. Wow. I actually really like that. And like I said earlier, it's a lot more, it's not as strong as a bronze. Like it's really, really, really not. But it's definitely enough that I can get away with this. If you're darker than me, I mean, this being called deep to dark. Are you sure, Jouer? Like, do you want to go back to the drawing board and reassess your definition of deep to dark? Because this is not it, honey. Like, it's not, this is not it. This is not deep to dark. This is deep, just, because I'm in that deep category. This is just deep. But it's definitely not dark. Most definitely not is this dark. I'ma just tell y'all the truth. This is not. I mean, you can see it for yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong, my skin's looking hella fire right now. I love the effect that this is having on my base complexion and whatnot, but come on now, let's be real. But I like that. I'm surprised. You guys might be seeing a lot more, you know, natural bronzers from now on in terms of like natural looks. I mean, my eye look is pretty glam, colorful but wearable, and I could see myself going for like a stronger bronze with this, but I really like what the Jouer is doing. Okay. No, that's really nice. Sorry, that was my Tamagotchi. She just got a letter in the mail. Oh, she got a heart. That's gonna make her happy. Okay. Alright, let me just quickly finish the rest of my face and then we can come back for my final commentary, thoughts, all that good stuff. I like it. I actually like it a lot. I'm not sure what kind of like powder this is, whether it's like a gelée baked or something like that, but there's no kick up, like zero kick up whatsoever. I found it easy though to get it on the product onto my brush, which is amazing. In terms of the shades, listen, this is like I was ranting before, this is not deep to dark. This is barely deep. I think Jouer need to rethink that. The undertones in this though are spot on, nice and red and just sun-kissed. They are spot on in terms of the shade itself, just not naming it deep to dark. Like This is probably maybe even pushing it like medium to deep, because medium can definitely get away with this one and deep can get away with this one, but I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking with that. I like how it looks on my complexion. Does not accentuate, you know, dry areas or like textured skin. Goes on smooth, beautiful. I love that I can do a nose contour with the one compact. I can do both using you know, different shades. I really like that concept in terms of like traveling and like reducing how much I take with me, because currently I'm using these two, Phenom and Leader, and I'm basically using it as like as if it's a duo. I use Phenom on my nose and Leader everywhere else, but these are massive. I dropped mine so it's a bit broken. Yeah, these are massive. I don't really need that much product. I like the compact. Outer packaging is beautiful, and the mirror is really good as well. So I like it. I think if you're my complexion, once again, I will, in case I didn't do earlier, I will pop on the screen what my foundation shades are. So if you are my shade or lighter, a couple of shades lighter, 3 shades lighter, you can get away with this. I don't think you better get away with this if you're darker than I am though, even if it's like 1 or 2 shades darker, unfortunately. So in terms of, is it dark girl friendly, if you're up to me, like up to my shade, then definitely. However, if you're like me, I mean, I prefer a more pronounced bronzer because I like to sculpt my face when I bronze. With this, I don't see much sculpting, maybe around the nose, but in terms of like my actual, you know, face, there's not as much sculpting as I like. And I'd like them to see them come out with like more of these, but in like different undertones. This one's very red. So if you're not a fan of like Mocha Mummy and how red, almost kind of blush like it is, then you're not gonna like this, unfortunately. I'm just saying. I feel like I could probably go in with a contour to help sculpt my face a bit more, but it's fine. It is what it is. So that's my final thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video, my doves. I will see you all on the next one. Please stay safe and stay positive. Don't let fear get to you. Always be faithful in terms of just holding on to your faith. And I will see you guys all on the next video. Take care, my doves. Love you all.